Hello, welcome to our presentation. We're tasked with the final inspection of the Purple Horizon. I am the Technical Operations Specialist / Master in Ethics, and my name is Jordan Boder.
My name is Colton Downey. I will be the data analyst for this project.
My name is Jose, and I'm going to be project manager for this project.
Okay.
Let me get to it. So, first things first, we need to come up with some assumptions. What's happening is there's a space launch that's going to happen. There's some O-rings that are a critical part to this space launch, and we're trying to decide whether or not we should go through the launch based on the state of the O-ring and the state of the atmosphere. So what we're assuming about the launch, we're assuming that there's going to be 2 people on it. Those 2 people are going to be our astronauts Michael Vance and Jessica Wiley. They're going to be going to the International Space Station. They're going to be gone for 1 month, and then something else worth noting is that our forecast is just 3 days in advance. So the main problem is that with the forecast, we're unsure about whether or not our O-rings are going to be able to survive or be effective during the launch. So some things to know, just like I said earlier, O-rings fail at less than or equal to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and the air temp is forecasted to be 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, now we're going to take a bit closer of a look at our data for this project. As you can see here, we've drawn up a graph displaying the effectiveness of the O-ring, the sealing, versus the temperature. So as we can see here, at 55 degrees, we can see a very sharp increase from a very low effectiveness to the highest efficiency effectiveness, creating a good seal, protecting our astronauts. The main problem with this project is that the temperature forecasted 3 days from now is 60 degrees, which is 5 degrees higher, so we can have a relative comfortability. But looking at traditional weather forecasting probability, we have to note that within 1 day, we have a 98% chance of the temperature saying that it'll be correct. But our forecast is 3 days from now, and as we can see, 7 days, it's only 50%. These correlate within 1 day. It could be between 2 to 3 degrees of the temperature, they say, or at 7 days, it could be between 6 to 8 degrees. So we're not 100% sure whether or not the weather will be good. We have better ability to make assumptions on that as we get closer to the launch, but we want to make this decision as quick as possible to save further costs that could come in preparing for launch and then canceling it last minute.
Considerations to think about for this project. Obviously, if we have a no launch or a go launch, if it's going to be a successful launch, that everything is going to go according to plan. If the rings aren't going to fail, everything's going to go according to plan. We're not going to be losing any money. If we don't launch, it's going to be a launch failure, which is going to be millions and millions of dollars on our end in inspections and time wasted on fuel, on personnel, and if we do launch and it happens to fail, that would be a catastrophic loss of not only our astronauts, but also probably our investments and anyone else that's probably looking into benefiting into making us more money. And for pros and cons about not launching, we have obviously guaranteed safety of our astronauts, guaranteed safety of our rockets, our equipment, all our personnel. Some cons about launching would be we spend that time with the rocket outside and it gets exposed to the elements, where we have to put it back into the hangars or whatever. We have to go back and spend more time checking the rockets, re-inspecting all of our equipment, and obviously lots and lots of money spent would just be going to waste.
As many know, the space industry is packed with tons of money, and any small, minute changes or failures can cost millions. So right now we're going to just take a quick look at just the economic factors, not thinking about what would happen simply in like the loss of life and the pain that would bring. But if we did launch successfully, there would be a lot of costs we could avoid. Delaying launches of rockets can cost millions per day. NASA and Elon Elon's?
SpaceX.
Will be anywhere from $1 to $10 million for each day that a launch gets delayed. So if we do launch and launch successfully, then we avoid potentially that cost. If launch is delayed after we fuel, if we do go all the way up to a day, get everything prepared and ready, then there will be millions of dollars in draining the fuels that we can't reuse and transporting the rocket back into a weather-safe environment where we can then store it until the weather is good to launch. And obviously, launch failure, there's potentially even larger costs in that. And number one, the loss of hardware and the loss of life, which would result to very bad PR for our company, potentially losing large amounts of funding that could result in future launches not even happening. So those are the economic factors that we're taking into consideration in deciding is it or is it not worth launching this rocket at these weather conditions.
Okay, so with all this other stuff over here said, at the end of the day, it's kind of a question of ethics, and as the master of ethics, I think the Christian worldview is the best way to approach this. So once again, just to clarify, the question is saving millions of dollars worth potentially endangering two people? We know that Jesus shows a lot of love for people. In one case, in the parable of the sheep, he leaves the 99 sheep to go for the one that strayed away. So with all that in mind, I guess the question is, well, is saving millions of dollars worth potentially endangering two people?
I don't know, man, though, like millions of dollars, like that's what we could be losing.
It's a lot of money, but like, think about Michael and Jessica's lives. Like, you gotta tell them to the face that, tell them their kids,
Yeah.
tell their kids that you chose for them to die.
Okay.
For the
That's
millions.
That's still a lot of money right there. man.
It is a lot of
losing
money. It's a lot of money, yeah, but like, think about how sad think about your children. You just don't come home one day, and that's it.
He could be right, like
But
that's,
this also our jobs are at risk. We
Yeah.
won't be able to provide for them if we lose all of our investments right there.
yeah.
It's true, but
But I think the fact that it's their lives, like, you know, I think we just gotta
it's the most valuable.
yeah,
It's the
we
most
gotta
valuable.
say no on this one.
No launch.
Yeah, let's go.